Hello everyone, welcome to episode 7 de los Gamers Parley en español.
Hey,
For everyone else, it's episode 7 of the Gamers Parley.
yeah,
Today is going to be just Nav and I shooting the shit,
exactly. Like usual.
tirando la mierda.
See,
I'm
that's
just
all
going to
I
continue
remember.
for the
See,
whole episode saying random Spanish things that I don't know if they're right or not.
yeah.
We're just going to be shooting the shit because the shit went down, it hit the
Mhm.
fan, and it
Mhm.
squirted over everyone.
Mhm.
Because Hideo, the master Kojima, has been trolling us,
Troll, yeah.
and we're going to talk about it. Also, we have a brand new Super Mario movie trailer that came out.
Yeah,
Have you watched it?
I have it sound. Yeah, I mean, I love how the movie looks. Beautiful animation, beautiful, facial animation, and it just looks so. They've really done justice to the look of the game. With that, the voices, everyone is on point except for the main person, right? He sounds
They,
he sounds as Italian as I do.
yeah,
So
and you sound actually more Italian.
so yeah, like all he had to do was look at Peter Griffin for a second, right? Like,
Hey, Papa la
oh,
booby.
so, that's all you gotta do.
Hey, todo the mushroom.
Yeah,
But yeah, so my Italian half is just like they butchered my baby, they butchered my boy.
yeah, exactly.
Because I grew up with, hey, it's me, Mario, so long, Bowser. And it was so stereotypical. I loved it.
Yeah. Like, I was like, if the whole like if in the future trailers, if he still sounds the same way, I might just end up watching the French one, this French dub
Yeah.
one, like just for the hell of it. Like that sounds way better. But
C'est
I
moi,
mean,
Mario.
yeah, exactly. Well, let's see. I think he's trying to pull off the Brooklyn accent more, but I guess I don't want to judge it too quickly. I want to hear more of him in like
Absolutely.
future trailers and see what happens. But other than that, it looks fantastic. I mean, I'm excited.
The visuals are just spot on.
I know.
They went for more computer graphics instead of like Sonic
Yeah.
and the Pokemon Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, that were more like live action slash
Yeah.
whatever. But no, this is just plain animation, which is good. I like that. It looks really nice. So
Also, there's penguins in it. I'm all for it.
yeah, or as Benedict Cumberbatch would say, penguins.
Penguins.
Yeah, have you seen the video?
I've seen that one, and I've seen the squirrel one too.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm glad you've seen it.
Yeah,
Penguins.
I have a lot of knowledge of nonsense things.
Nonsensical stuff. Yeah,
And like first century vines as well.
Yeah, that's kind of like the vortex YouTube takes you down, right?
Yeah.
You watch someday you're just watching weird shit and you're like, well, how the hell did I get here? But
Yeah. So I was studying genetics at some point, and now I'm watching how to turn a sphere inside out.
yeah, it's kind of like Sam Porter Bridges when he gets pulled up in a tornado and he's like, what the fuck am I doing in Vietnam?
Yeah.
So that's how it goes.
He wasn't even eating any Vietnamese food in there. I would have taken the chance too.
Yeah, no pho, no nothing. That's a full fuck lie. I don't know if you've heard that, but
What was that?
that's a full fuck lie. It's from one of the stand-up comedians, Russell Peters. But yeah,
I went to watch Jimmy Carr a month ago.
yeah, you told me he's fantastic.
Yeah, that was pretty good. And I went to watch John Cleese a couple of weeks before.
Nice.
From Monty Python. So I had a sore belly for a few weeks.
Yeah,
thinking back on all the jokes.
That's awesome.
And some of them were just so macabre. I was the only person laughing. And that sort of says something about me, but I don't want to go into it.
Yeah. But, as long as you have fun, that's what matters.
Yeah, just having giggles.
Awesome.
So what have you been up to these weeks? What have you been playing? What have you been watching? What have you been reading?
Reading is not something I do often, but yeah.
You read the cereal boxes in the morning?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Beautiful.
The puzzles in the back. But yeah, other than that, it's just been mostly work, watching a few movies, shows. I've been gaming. I've been playing on Showdown with a
Okay.
friend of mine, Ben Gallego, another great guy. I'm gonna have him on one of these episodes. He's also a great artist. He's a game designer as well. He's actually at TwitchCon right now. He has a huge booth for
Mm.
his game. It's called Goose Goose Duck. It's like kind of like similar to what was that game? Oh my
Duck,
god.
duck, goose, but the other way around.
No, no, those. Oh man, Among Us. It's
Oh
similar
wow.
to
Okay.
that, but with goose basically, or geese. But yeah,
It depends how many there are.
yeah, they're plenty. But it's really good. It does really good. They have like a huge following in Korea. But anyway, this game we've been playing this. That's probably one of the only multiplayer games that I've been playing. It's a lot of fun. It's like PvE PvP. It's like player versus enemy versus player. So it's this is not like your usual Call of Duty, where you just rush in and kill everyone. This is more like, and it's very like you gotta be very careful and hear noise, sounds, and everything. It's
Mhm.
actually supposed to be played with headphones
With the
because it has
PS5 ones.
well, no, all of them. They actually
Okay.
made binaural audio for the PS4 version. This one doesn't even have a PS5 version. This is actually the PS4.
All right.
Yeah, they didn't come out with the next gen yet, but so yeah, it's all about hearing. You hear like crows flying. If you're walking closer to crows, they fly off. So it kind of gives you exact location of the other teams and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's yeah, it's slower pace, but it's a lot of fun. So amazing game. Been playing that a bit, and Cyberpunk. I jumped back into Cyberpunk, especially after Edge Runners. I watched the anime. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
A
It's
couple of
had
my friends said,
Yeah, you're not the
"Mhm.
first person that tells me that's gone back to Cyberpunk. It's had a
It has a
renaissance.
resurgence." Yeah, like a
Yeah.
lot of people, like their concurrent player tally went up to like 140,000 on Steam itself.
Mm-hmm.
So which is like way more than the initial, right? But now I think now they've fixed the next gen version like perfectly. Like, not well, not perfectly. It has like very slight issues, which I think every other game has. But so far, I'm loving this. Like it looks gorgeous. Story is very well done. Like so far, I'm really enjoying the story, the mechanics and everything. I do like it's pretty complicated as an RPG. There's a lot to learn and know, which I like. It's good as a RPG fan. You like it, but I think the game does have a bit of a grind. You have to really
Mm-hmm.
grind to get a lot of stuff, especially the money, the eddies as they call it. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'm glad they've redeemed themselves. They've made the with the new patches. The game is amazing.
It's
So
pretty much how it's supposed to be at day
exactly.
one, how it was supposed to be.
Exactly. But I mean, they're trying, so kudos to them, right? Like they're trying to redeem themselves. So hopefully
Well,
they do. If
we're
the
talking
game is
about the
good.
studio that gave us The Witcher, you know.
Exactly. So hopefully, but yeah, that's what I've been playing and yeah, doing mostly. What about you?
I've been playing Crash Nitro Fueled again. I'm trying to beat the developer records.
Oh,
That's I've been rage quitting quite a bit. That, and I've started Bioshock again
oh, nice.
because it came out, like the whole collection came out for PC.
Yeah.
So I got that, and I'm playing on extreme difficulty,
Mm.
and that is causing a few rage quits as well.
I,
So
I bet.
yeah,
I
I'm in
bet.
rage quit territory. It looks beautiful on the computer, and you've
I'm
got
sure. Yeah.
60 FPSs smooth.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, I heard they're making a new Crash game, like they're teasing a new Crash game
Yep.
for the TGAs or something. So that's
Keep our eyes open. Just one more month or couple of months left to go.
yeah, exactly. But talking of teasers, right? That's what we're gonna be talking about
Okay.
today. And it all started at the Tokyo Game Show, basically. Well, it all kind of started with Norman Reedus kind of
Screwing
leaking
up.
Death Stranding 2 and Kojima going all Negan on him on Instagram and Twitter. But Like we knew this was gonna happen. Like Death Stranding 2 is gonna be made, and even Kojima suggested that he's working on games, rather than a game. So basically, we know he has multiple projects in work. And then, yeah, come TGS, they did say that they're not gonna have anything related to new games. It's just gonna be merchandise. But knowing Kojima, as with when TGS happened during Death Stranding, he said nothing's gonna be there, and then he comes out and shows the whole Higgs clip, right? It's like, what the fuck?
I'm
Yeah,
back.
exactly. So he had that picture of that ominous picture of who am I? That
Hmm.
whole silhouette thing that he started, and people went crazy. It's like, oh, he's teasing another game, and had that the logo that looked very similar. Like it has
Like
similarities
not
to,
city.
yes, like any of the cities. Basically, the motifs
Yeah.
are very similar to the city logos of the United Cities of America, from Death Stranding. And people, started, of course, it's Kojima, so people started speculating. And I think it didn't take too long for people to match the silhouette with Elle
Hmm.
Fanning, right? That
She has
was she
a,
was the number one choice.
very square jaw,
Yeah, yeah. So
and we know that Kojima is a massive fanboy.
yeah, and we knew that alongside that whole big poster, there was like a QR code on a stand which said, "Who am I?" And then if you
Hmm.
scan it, it takes you to the exact same image, which to me at that point was like, why would you have a QR code that leads you to the exact same thing that you're looking at, right? But yeah, so everyone was thinking Elle Fanning, and let's see what happens. Then I think a month later now, Kojima goes, "Oh, the answer to who will be where," and then he puts out another picture which just says, "Where am I?" with no silhouette. It was just a
Hmm.
black background, right? And people are like, "Okay, he's teasing something more coming soon," but I can't remember the guy's Twitter handle, but that guy was at PAX Australia, which is happening right
Yeah.
now, and he got to visit the booths and everything like a
Yeah.
little earlier than usual, and he found the Kojima production booth, and there was a new picture, there a new silhouette which said "Where am I?" and there was also a new QR code. The guy scanned the QR code, which led to the reveal of the first silhouette, which turned out to be Elle Fanning, and we see that picture of her like in like a red
Hmm.
filter which says "Who am I?" and she fits perfectly with the silhouette that we were
Yeah.
thinking out. It says on the side also a Hideo Kojima game X Elle Fanning,
Hmm.
and then we do also see strands right on her face.
I did not notice the strands. I'll tell you what, Reddit exploded after that.
See, that's the thing. Like I didn't notice either. We were talking. We have this. We also do the Kojima podcast, the group on that on Instagram, right? We had a good discussion about it. Me, Ashler, and Anna. We were discussing about if this is Death Stranding or not, like for a good 15 minutes. And then after 15 minutes, I messaged the group. I'm like, it was right. It's right in our face. How the hell did we miss that? Can you guess what we're talking about? And then Anna's like, "Oh my God, there are strands on her face." I'm like, "Yeah, there's the whole poster has white strands running through it."
Oh
And
yeah,
I
I'm
did
looking at it
not,
right now.
yeah, I'm like, I did not even notice that. And I'm like, what the hell? It's like literally right on your face. And then I went more into detective mode, and I'm like, let me look at the font for a Hideo Kojima game, and it's exactly the same as Death Stranding.
Hmm.
Basically, the same font used in Death Stranding. And but again, knowing Kojima, I was still iffy. I'm like, this is Kojima. His favorite advice is betray your audience, right?
Yeah.
And I'm still not sure. I'm like, this guy's still playing with us. Um, and then, yeah, so now people were speculating who this new silhouette. For a long time, people were confused that the silhouette is the same person. But even I didn't notice the second silhouette. I thought it was the same person, right? But then when I noticed, I was like, oh, this is a whole new person altogether. He's teasing a new cast member.
Yeah.
And initially, I thought maybe that silhouette is the in-game version of Elle Fanning, right? Like within Decima engine or whatever
Hmm.
engine he's using now. So, but then I was like, no, this looks, her hair color is different. Then I was like, you know what, maybe for the character she has a different hair color. But no, it turns out it is a totally different person. And then one of the producers that I follow and at Kojima Productions, she uh tweeted out like, where am I? Any guesses? And then she hashtagged it to where am I, and also hashtag Death Stranding. And everyone's like, did she just confirm it? Like it's a Death Stranding game. And then she went, all trying to cover her tracks, and she deleted the tweet. And Anna actually did
Shout
tweet.
out to Anna for stalking
Yes,
her.
I know. She replied to her tweet. She's like, "Oh, I just, that was a mistake. I had to put a question mark hashtag." And then Anna told me about it. I'm like, there, you can't put a question mark in a hashtag. You know that, right?
Yeah.
But then she retweeted. It's like, "Oh, sorry, it was a long day, and I was, tired. I forgot to put a question mark." And then she did put a hashtag with that stranding and a question mark separately. And she's like, but who knows what it is? The mystery continues. So, like, most of, like 80%, I still think, okay, you know what, this is kind of confirmed. She messed up. So now she's just trying to cover her tracks, right? And she's like, it is Death Stranding, but that one part of me still knows this is Kojima, and it'll end up being like something totally different. And it's like, oh, I was just betraying you. Those were not strands. That was something else, and whatever.
Penguin
But
Adventure 3.
yeah, exactly. Or he's the Peaches in the Kojima version of Mario, which he already teased in Death Stranding.
Uh,
Amelie was Peaches, and
Mario and Peach, yeah,
yeah, right.
there's a whole line. But
Yeah,
going back to the logo,
yeah.
I wrote this to you the other day. It looks
Mm-hmm.
like a drawbridge with an umbrella behind.
Mm-hmm. It does. It does.
So, yeah, at the end of the Stranding, spoilers, but
Mm,
came out 2 years ago. Go play it.
yeah,
She
there
does
will be a
offer
lot
him
of.
the job. I'm yeah.
Mhm.
Fragile offers him the job with her,
Yeah,
and he doesn't accept because he's a solo guy.
yeah.
But what if they do? It's fragile bridges or something like that.
It's possible. See, but what is he gonna do? I thought, like, at the end of it, he didn't want to do all that. He just wanted to be with Louise, right?
No.
Like, and he burnt his cufflinks. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm done with this. Took out BB from the incubator, and basically, but well, he didn't bring her back to life, but Amelie did. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, so it could be that, or it could just be teasing a new city.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, in the first game, we already connected the whole of US. Yeah, yeah, that whole map we covered from all the way from the east to the west.
Except
Yeah,
Texas and Florida.
yeah, well, yeah, we don't care about those.
Washington, they didn't go to. They didn't go on this side.
Yeah, so like he's already covered the whole of America. He has the Kyle network up and
Mm-hmm.
running, and Amelie definitely see. Yeah, this was one of the theories, right? At the very end of that Stranding, when uh Lou, that we know till now is Lou, not Louise,
Yeah.
has a return from the beach, right? And she's also healed, like Sam was. So, and she has that what was it called? The necklace. There was a name for
Cupid.
it. It wasn't not the Cupid.
The not one.
Yeah, the one that Amelie
Kipu.
wears. Yeah, keep. So that uh, Lou has that in, or has it in her hand, right, when she comes back to life, which tells you Amelie is in the beast. So she
Mm-hmm.
saw Louise there, and she basically did what she did to Sam and sent her back to the world, right?
Yeah.
Basically, made her a repatriate as well. Uh,
Which we know from the first game is what caused the Death Stranding.
is it?
Isn't
No. See, there are two theories about that. Like one side says that because Sam came back, that caused the Death Stranding.
Mm-hmm.
But then Death Strandings are also the five extinction events, right?
Now, those are the 5 extinction events.
Yeah, so those are separate, right?
What I took from it is
Mm-hmm.
there's been the 5 main mass extinctions in
No, I get it.
history.
You're right. Actually, there are five mass extinctions, and then the Death Stranding actually collided the world of the living and the dead,
Yeah.
and that
And there was
happened with
supposed to be the
Sam.
6th.
Yeah, but no, was that the sixth one?
Well, you stopped the 6th extinction at the end.
Yeah, so that wasn't like an extinction event. That just happened because Bridget or Amelie, she sent Sam back. That's
Correct.
why
Yeah.
these things happen, and
It
the
wasn't
sixth was
supposed to be
supposed
the
to
6th.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But she is the entity that will cause a 6th extinction.
sixth one. Yeah,
And she
yeah,
says, it will
that
not
is.
happen for now.
Mm-hmm. But at the very end, when you see Sam carry Louise outside,
Mm-hmm.
and they're in the rain, nothing's happening, and we also see a proper rainbow, not an upside down one,
Correct.
with the blue color in it too. So what
Which
that
has been missing.
suggests is
It's sort of fixed.
it's fixed. Like what Sam caused, uh, doing it again with Louise fixed the Death Stranding
Mm-hmm.
technically, right? Because there's no more time fall. There's no they're fine, right? Everything looks. That's what it's suggested at least. So for
I don't know.
me, like,
I really didn't see the end. I was just in a pool of tears. I was trying
yeah,
to.
yeah, yeah, that was a very emotional mission. But so what I think is like now everything's kind of like fixed, right? Like even
Mhm.
Amelie doesn't want this extinction anymore. She's basically fixed it with Louise, and they're just gonna kind of like wait till it naturally happens. And the whole of US is connected. Like what happens now? Like why would Sam be making? He's already quit delivering, right? He burnt
Mhm.
his. So what happens now? What would Death Stranding 2 be about? Would it be a different country altogether?
That would be cool.
Or like one thing that could happen, which I think could be a little lame, but that's one way of making a sequel, is like someone disrupts the network again, right? Someone like Higgs shows up again, or maybe Higgs shows up again. Because all we heard were gunshots.
Mhm.
Not we never saw Higgs' body, we saw nothing.
What happens in movies when you have a death off screen?
Yeah, there's it comes back. It's we have all seen Fast and the Furious, so we know characters can come back anytime.
Last
the
one I watched was the skidding one in Japan, which was really cool.
That was the best one. I'm
Tokyo
glad we
Drift.
watch any other ones, but
And then
yeah,
all the other ones I didn't watch.
yeah, good that you didn't. But yeah, so like I'm curious to where this can go, and especially with the casting of Elle Fanning. She just looks like grown up Louise to me. I
Louise,
don't know
yeah.
why, but it's like, oh, this has to be Louise, right? And there was a theory of like, oh, maybe because time fall, or maybe she's a repatriate, maybe she grows up faster than usual. But then I'm like, but there is no more time fall anymore.
Mhm.
So like it's such an open book for that Stranding 2. Like it can go any way Kojima wants.
So what
So
I think is Norman Reedus sort of confirmed that he's in the second one
yeah,
because he
that
said
we know
something
for sure.
along the lines as we're doing the second one.
Yeah, yeah.
So if Elle Fanning is to play an older Louise,
Hmm.
we have Sam on a pension living his life,
Yeah.
and a terrorist group gets a nuclear bomb
Hmm.
and disrupts the network. Once again, could be Higgs. He's
Yeah.
been known for having nuclear bombs and sending them to cities.
Hmm.
And they go off maybe like on some remote island, like in the Fox Archipelago in Alaska. And there's a center on Shadow Moses Island. And it just becomes Metal Gear, like,
Metal Gear.
like,
No,
oh,
but
I
the
got
thing
to come
is,
out of a pension to help this. I just want to breed
another
huskies.
that's funny. No, but the thing is, I don't see Higgs coming back because his mission was to get the sixth extinction, basically, speed it up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to speed it up, you need the chiral network. Why would you
Yeah.
destroy a chiral network for next? Because that's why he helped Sam and
Mm-hmm.
connect the whole network. So my thing is, why would anyone wanna disrupt the chiral network if that's what speeds up the extinction?
Yeah. So what's going to be
What's the
the
motive
disruption?
behind?
Yeah. What's the motive of the game?
Yeah, like why would anyone trying to disrupt the network?
I don't
Like,
know. It was a close end for me. The game.
yeah.
You
Another
sort of
thing,
go back in the last chapter. You go back to before the ceremony, just
yeah.
to muck around.
Hmm.
But it was pretty much close ended for me.
Yeah.
Finishes,
So
everything goes back to normal.
I have a feeling that Stranding 2 changes a lot as a game.
Mm-hmm.
So although there is Norman Reedus there, we probably play as Elle and Norman,
Mm-hmm.
right? We have both, but it's not a delivery game anymore. I think something totally different gameplay wise. Because in the words of Kojima, he was like, first of all, he said this is going to be a trilogy, right? Like that's what the Norman Reedus said too. Like they have
Mm-hmm.
planned a trilogy for that strand, and he said he wants to explore the strand
Genre.
genre. So that doesn't mean the strand genre is only
Delivery.
deliveries.
Yeah.
So he could come up with a new kind of gameplay which uses the same aspect of a strand game, which is basically, a multiplayer game, but we don't see the other people, just helping each other out, collaboration to make things or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it could be a totally new gameplay mechanic, totally some like completely new stuff, but still set.
Rebuilding the cities.
Yeah,
We get to go into the cities.
Minecraft.
Yay!
Building cities, but I think he's gonna. Yeah, I don't know. Like it's very interesting. It's like what I love about this thing is like he could do anything and it'll
Mm-hmm.
fit within the, because as you said, the game was ended pretty well. Like it was
Yeah.
pretty close ended, right? Like only a few things were left that were unsolved. One of my favorite characters was Heartman.
Mm-hmm.
Like Heartman has a very cool story, and come to think of it, Nicholas Winding, he already teased on his page like way back, a year and a half ago or something, that
Yeah, like
Heartman will be
Hartman will be
back.
back. Yeah.
So, and we all know Kojima has been talking to Nicholas Winding like over and over again on Zoom
Mm-hmm.
calls or whatever, like we are.
And Guillermo del Toro too.
Yeah, so he's definitely been in touch with him. And a recent picture that he posted, right, about like working or whatever, there's like a literally like 10 to 20% of a face that you can see at the top corner, and that definitely looks like Nicholas Winding. Plus, I
Mm-hmm.
think he played a big part in getting Elle Fanning
Okay.
uh,
Is
connected to
she in
Kojima.
his movies?
Yeah, I think the Neon Demon.
Okay.
She's the lead, and let me confirm that. But yeah, Neon Demon is definitely directed by
Nicholas.
yeah, it's a story by Nicholas Winding Refn, directed by, and the lead character is Elle Fanning. So
Mm-hmm.
I think she was a big, like he was a big part of connecting Elle, kind of like Mads Mikkelsen, because Nicholas has directed Mads a few times. So I
Mm-hmm.
think he's the connection that got him Elle and Mads. So um, I
Do you
think
think
yeah,
Mads will be in the next one? Because his storyline was sort of closed as
done.
well.
I don't think Mads is gonna be in the different.
Yeah.
Although I would love to see him in a Kojima game again, even if not as
Mm-hmm.
Cliff, maybe as someone else. But I was also thinking maybe Death Stranding kind of becomes the story of Mads, because we know he was like a great soldier who went on different wars, and he did amazing heroic things. So maybe like a game sort of like Metal Gear Solid between all these wars with Maz
Mm-hmm.
as a protagonist, right? That would be something cool. Maybe not that
Yeah,
Stranding,
because
like a separate game within that universe, but I would love to see Maz again, because he was like probably one of the best performers of the game,
mm-hmm.
if not the best, right? His character was just amazing. So yeah, lots of questions. Maybe he is, maybe he's not. Uh, we for sure know that there are three new characters because Kojima has
On the
already
posters.
did the posters. Because the next one, like he's been tweeting, like, okay, TGA, number one, yeah, number one, Who and Elle Fanning. Then it's um, what do you call it? PAX
TGS.
Australia. Number two, Where Am I? And who's you don't know who it is right now.
Hmm.
And the third one and question mark, right? Like
We
what's
have
the next
TGS
play?
coming soon. So
Uh, yeah, PGW, I think.
the Paris Games Week, isn't that in January?
It's in November.
Okay.
So I think that's where we get the third poster and the reveal of the second poster. That's how
Hmm.
it's going, right? He reveals one through the QR code with a new silhouette. So I
And he
think,
puts a new one out.
yeah, so I think at Paris Games Week, what we get is another Kojima booth with a poster, new silhouette, another QR code which says maybe when am I or why am I or whatever the next word is gonna be. And you scan the QR code and it takes you to the picture of
Of the previous
the
poster.
previous one. And then we have the mystery of the last one. But I think the
Hmm.
last one, the last mystery is gonna be a bigger character, not bigger character, but like a bigger mystery that gets solved through a trailer, which is showed at the Game Awards. I think that's how it's
Hmm.
gonna all play out, unless there's another gaming event we don't know about that happens in between, right?
Yeah, because there was sort of the what was that one in Germany that they did in Cologne a few weeks ago?
Oh, Gamescom Asia,
The
is that what you're talking about?
Gamescom. Yeah, there was the opening night live with
Yeah, yeah.
Jeff Keighley, and it's just
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, we have a one final surprise, Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Kojima, and I'm just there like,
Yeah,
yes,
I know.
I'm gonna be disappointed,
Yeah.
and is like, okay, hi everybody, I have nothing to show you. I'm gonna do a podcast, and I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
disappointed, but I'm so happy.
And before that, it was, oh, I'm making a game with Xbox at E3, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's the event. Okay, didn't show anything, but okay, that's fine. But yeah, so I think that's how the events are gonna play. But I'm excited to see who all return, right? Which characters
Hmm.
return from that stranding.
So
Um,
he's definitely working on two games.
yeah, that's for sure. Like the
Because that was
Xbox
also
game.
teased by him, yeah, because he said at Gamescom, I am working on my games, plural.
Yeah, games, yeah, exactly. And the Xbox game is rumored to be like a cloud-based game that you can play on your phone, and all that stuff. And the rumor is Margaret Qualley, the mama or Lochner from Death
Hmm.
Stranding, is the person playing the main protagonist in that game, which is supposedly called Overdose, and it's a
Ah,
horror game.
yes, I remember the
The
title had
logo,
come out. I completely forgot about it.
yeah, the logo is very suspicious because it does have a Silent Hill motif in there too,
Hmm.
which is again, Kojima just toying with us. But well, no one
Yeah.
even knows if that's true or not. But
Abandon all hope.
yeah, basically that's a tagline. Overdose,
Yeah.
overdose of abandonness. But yeah, uh,
Whatever
so yeah,
happened to that
that game is
abandoned game?
also.
Whatever happened to that abandoned game?
I think, well, the answer is in the name.
Fake Kojima, damn you.
Hassan Karaman. I don't know what happened, but yeah. Um, but yeah, that game is there too. Now my only thing is that game coming out first or is that Stranding coming out first? What's happening? What is he gonna tease? Is he gonna simultaneously start marketing for two games? Because see what I'm thinking
That'd be
is, if
suicide.
I know, and if he's doing, like, from what we've seen so far with all these teasers, they point to that Stranding, right? The
Hmm.
strands, the font, everything. The producer leaking the hashtag, well, not leaking, but using the hashtag. So all of it is pointing towards that Stranding, right? If that's the case, and he's already started his teasing for that Stranding
Hmm.
too, But Norman Reedus, he said they've just started production on Death Stranding 2. So even Death Stranding is at least 2 years off. If it's
Yeah.
happening, like it probably comes out 2025 or end of 2024 or something like that.
Hmm.
Then when is the Xbox game coming out, and why did he already tease it? And from the looks of it, if the leaks were right, then he already has a trailer out for Overdose. So
Hmm.
which one is he releasing first? Is it Overdose or is it Death Stranding? Because if it was Overdose, he would have marketed more about Overdose right now, right? If that's a trailer that's ready, that makes me think, is Elle Fanning actually in Overdose? Because
Hmm.
but if she's not, if this is Death Stranding, then he's definitely marketing two games at a time.
I don't think it's the first time he's been working on two games at once.
It's not, no.
Because I think Peace Walker
He's
he
not,
was
but that
working
was kind
on.
of given to another director, right? Like yeah.
No, Peace Walker is directed by him.
Yeah, which was the other one? That was kind of directed by the other one. The
The other
other
one was the
Portable Ops.
Portable Ops.
Yeah, he while he was working on another one.
Mm.
Yeah, so he, but yeah, who knows? Like, I mean, he's directing both. Like he said, he's making a game. So this is really interesting. I want to see how it all unfolds because it could be two games at a time. Like he's marketing one for Xbox, one for Death Stranding, kind of like Insomniac, right? They have two
Hmm.
games announced, and
They
they
got two games, yeah.
yeah, they got like Spider-Man and Wolverine. They're gonna be showing off in the
Hmm.
next 1 to 2 years, hopefully, or hopefully at the PlayStation Showcase. That hopefully happens this this month. But yeah, like it's very interesting because it's really confusing too. Like because Overdose already is leaked. There's definitely a trailer out there. People have seen it, and now Death Stranding is going off. So yeah, I don't know what's gonna be shown first and when. Like TGA would be really interesting now because people would be like, and knowing Kojima, I think what's gonna happen is people are gonna be like, oh, there's gonna be that Stranding trailer, and then Elle Fanning shows up, and there's a whole sequence, and at the end it says
And nothing
Overdose.
happens.
No,
Yeah.
at the
And
end
you're
it's like
like,
Overdose
ah.
Xbox game. I'm like, what the hell? So that's Stranding, so something like that, right?
Yeah,
Um,
so we also what's his name? Jeff Keighley is on the Kojima podcast every week.
yeah, 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 he
So they're
is
cooking up something.
for sure. Like anything Kojima does, Keely kind of knows already.
Hmm.
So
Because he's the
plus,
master of puppets.
yeah. And the segment that he has, it's also called like the Game Awards. I'm forgetting the word that they use,
Hmm.
but it's like kind of like the road to Game Awards. And he has news about games, unlike his regular podcast, not the special guest one. But
Hmm.
yeah, so I've been listening to all of them. But
Yeah,
that,
same.
yeah, so Keely is definitely really close to that podcast as well. And I'm 100% sure TGA has a Kojima thing in there because even last Game Awards, he was there to present something, and Kojima said, "I will for sure see you next year." That's
Hmm.
that's those were his words. So
Yeah, we
I'm
were
pretty
all
sure.
expecting something.
Yeah, Kojima, I think he should be at the Game Awards. Even if he's not there physically, he'll at least be, coming in and showing us a trailer or something.
Hmm.
Exciting couple of months ahead. It's really good. I mean, as a gamer, I think from this month onwards, you're gonna be really, if you're a proper gamer, you're gonna be really, you're gonna be fed games.
Bombarded by, yeah.
Because
You got
this
to
month we
sell
have,
those Christmas
yeah,
games.
we have so many games coming out. Like even right now, I think Scorn is coming out on Xbox. It looks really cool. I definitely want to play it. Scorn, and then there's A Plague's Tale Requiem that's coming out this
Hmm.
month. And then we
Did
have,
you
of
see
course,
that they can simulate now like hordes of thousands of rats?
it's
They were
like
showing the
they increase
yeah,
the number to 300,000 rats like on the screen at once, which is
yeah.
insane. I love the first one too. Like I love the first game. It's such a nice game. Have you played it?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's brilliant. You love it. It's kind of like reminds me of like The Last of Us and God of War in
Hmm.
that sense, but it has a lot of stealth elements and beautiful game, beautiful, like a very nice setting, really nicely told story, great world creation as well. So I'm really excited for the second one, and it looks gorgeous. Like they've used Unreal Engine 5, I think,
Mhm.
or and it looks amazing, right? So really excited for that. I think that's what I'm gonna play before I start God of War. But it all depends on how quickly I finish Cyberpunk.
When does God of War come out?
9th of November. One
Okay,
month.
so it's
Exactly one
upon
month.
us.
Yeah, it's almost there. So I'm yeah, I gotta see if I can beat Cyberpunk before the Plague Tale comes out. I'm gonna probably gonna finish Plague Tale before God of War, but if it doesn't, then I'm gonna hold off on Scorn and Plague Tale and finish God of War first and
Hmm.
then jump to these because these can wait. God of War
Yeah,
cannot wait because that's gonna get spoiled like
yeah,
anything on the internet like right away.
yeah. I'm gonna have to
So
watch some gameplay.
oh yeah.
Mm.
Well, you can play it on your PS4.
Yeah, I have no more time.
True, true, true. So
Yeah,
yeah,
God
like
of War. I had watched it played. I bought it. So
mhm.
yeah.
So yeah, so even after God of War, there's a lot of games coming. Like I think Evil West is another game that I'm looking forward to. Another great game, like it's on my list, is Callisto Protocol. That comes out in
Yes,
December, right?
yes.
That is another must play. So yeah, yeah.
And Dead
After that,
Space.
we just haven't like the whole of 2023. The first half is just jam packed, right? With games, so we'll be eating well. So yeah, let's see what happens. Like PGA is gonna be interesting. I think Paris Games Week might have something big for us related to Kojima's game for sure.
But Paris Games Week has never been that big though.
Yeah, it actually has
Had it
once or
shown
twice.
something for Death Stranding 1?
I think so. I think it did once. I remember Paris Games Week once had a very big Sony presence, and they did show a few things at the Paris Games Week.
I
So
just remember being really upset one year because they had nothing.
yeah, well, yeah, it's been up and down for that
Yeah.
show, but yeah, if
Also,
anything,
it's French. Ugh,
yeah, but it's
French people.
probably gonna be something like with Kojima. I don't think there's gonna be a trailer, but
Hmm.
like the same poster or whatever, we get something like that. Yeah, uh, but what do you think are like some of the mysteries or some other mysteries that are like left unsolved within that stranding?
In Death Stranding.
Yeah,
Oh,
the five entities, right, that you see in the sky.
yeah, they're very
There,
present, and we have no idea who they are.
there are two theories to it, but yeah, what do you think? Who they are?
I don't know. That really let me down because in the massive hype up that was the Kojima podcast with Albert,
Yeah.
we speculated so much that when the game came out, I'm like, oh,
What happened to those guys?
yeah, oh.
They kind of remind me of Patriots.
The Patriots. Yeah,
They're looking on top. There's those higher powers looking at what the fuck is going on in this world, right? They're there. You see their presence, but you don't know who they are yet. But
mhm.
with the Metal Gear, as the sequels came out, you kind of got to know who they are, what they're doing. I think that's what Kojima has in mind. Like he already had it planned as a trilogy, so he had to keep some of the things unsolved, right? I think the five entities are one of them, but the two theories are those five are the five extinction entities before Amelie.
Yeah,
The other five that were before her, looking over what's happening, would be that. Another theory is we see them in the game when Sam is pulled back from the beach. And who pulls them out? Die Hard Man, Dead Man, um, the five people. Fragile, Lochner, and what's skill mother? Dead Man.
Dead Man.
So, yeah, so those five are the five that we see on the beach.
Hmm.
So they're kind of representations of
There's
those
a lot
five,
of
but
parallelism.
yeah, but no one knows apart from Kojima, of course.
Hmm. Or
That's
does he?
yeah, maybe he
He
doesn't
just
either. Yeah, that's how it usually goes. I think the meetings for that strand, Like,
I love that I don't remember if it's a fake tweet or not with Troy Baker. He's like, I met Troy Baker today. He's a really cool guy. He offered me weed.
yeah. Yes. One of my favorite Death Stranding memes is like where Mads Mikkelsen is just sitting there and he's like, "Oh, so you are gonna be this," and he's at the end like,
Yeah.
"What? What did he just say?"
Guy's a
Uh,
madman.
yeah, but exciting stuff, man. I'm excited for what where this is going. I'm happy that you're again in that phase of speculating and knowing like all those theories and stuff. Even though like
It's how we
80%,
met, Nav.
I know. Yeah, that's what it is. Like it takes us back to the old times, man. We started that in 2018 or 17?
It
17.
was 2018.
I think wasn't it 17? Because
No, I had just started my PhD. I was in
cool. Yeah,
Australia.
18. Yeah, 5 years, dude. Yeah, so we've been doing this, and the fun part
What have I
is,
done with myself in all these years?
I know, right? Nothing.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's
I finished 6 games in these 5 years.
oh my god. Yeah, I need to catch up. But like the funny part is we had so many theories and 80 to 90% of them were rubbish and nothing came true
Yeah.
in the game. Like none of it was true. Like we had so many amazing theories happening and we're like, oh, Sam's gonna go to space and Ludens is
Yeah.
Sam and this and like we thought, oh, it's gonna be just a delivery game at the start and then it changes into something totally different and here we are delivering for 45, 50 hours.
Yeah.
So yeah, there were so many things.
It was fun.
It was amazing. That was the best. Like someone on Twitter, right? When I tweeted like, I'm really excited that we're back into the speculation, and someone tweeted back saying he's overdoing it. This is just too much, right? We don't need this. And
No,
I'm
we
like, I
do.
don't. That's exactly what I said. I'm like, I actually love what he's doing because this is so unconventional, right? This is not something everyone does. And then another person tweeted, "It's like, oh, Death Stranding one's marketing was great. This is bullshit." I'm like, with Death Stranding one, he did it in a certain way, right?
It was
He
something
parted,
new.
yeah, he parted ways from Konami, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Hello, everyone, I'm back." And then a whole new Norman Reedus trailer, which was great, right? Because there was the hype for PT with Norman Reedus already there. Now he has to do something else. And I just love what he's doing. Like people are speculating, people are talking. That's what we need. I don't want another random trailer with a music and the usual stuff, how games get announced these days. So I'm happy with what he's doing, right? And yeah, like
Speaking of PT, did you see some madman manage to hack a PS5 and put
jailbreak,
PT
yeah,
on it?
I saw that they aren't able to play it yet on it, but they did install it, which
Yeah,
is yeah, that would people would do anything for PT, but
it's the
yeah,
new Doom.
basically.
Can it run PT?
Can run PT. That's funny. Yeah, or Skyrim. Uh, but yeah, talking about Sam as the delivery gameplay, another thing that makes me think that Kojima is not gonna go with delivery gameplay is because he has put in everything one can think of about delivering products or deliveries in the first game. Like
Yeah,
with the director's cut, he's added those
the cannons.
jetpacks to freaking everything's in there. What kind of new gameplay are you gonna come up with to make deliveries? You're walking, you have zip lines, you have explored basically everything. You're making roads and trucks and bikes and like everything basically. What else can you add to this gameplay to make it fresh or to keep it fresh?
Automation.
You just sit down and let everyone else take care of the deliveries.
Delivery hubs.
That's that becomes like a strategy game, not even an
Yeah.
action. Basically, just sit down. You go there, you go there.
Guy's a
have all the
madman.
bots. Yeah, Kinda like a
He's always
motivation.
been for action games, though, if you think about it.
He is. That's maybe. How about he does something like there's still the aspect of deliveries, but that's managed as like the mother base in
Hmm.
Phantom Pain.
Oh yes,
So you
that
have
was fun. People
yeah,
were
so you have
shitting all over
porters.
that.
Imagine that. You're like kind of hiring porters to work for you and you're
Hmm.
sending them out through it's like a whole delivery management system on the side while you're gone on a whole different gameplay
But
mechanic.
the thing there is having the world being fixed
Mm.
after the end of the game. You don't really need all the porters anymore because it's not that dangerous
Yeah, everyone's
world
gonna be
where,
out and
yeah.
about doing whatever the fuck they want. So
So yeah, it's if it's a continuation, it's going to have to be something very fresh.
or something really drastic happens that changes
Yes.
the world again, right?
Yeah.
Or it's a time jump or time jump either way,
Hmm.
future or past, right?
Yeah.
It
I
could
wouldn't
be,
mind just in the same world, Europe.
yeah, that's a lot of people were saying like, oh, maybe you have to connect. And a lot of people were speculating the new logo is somewhere a city in Europe rather
Oh,
than
I missed that.
America now. And so who knows? Like it's awesome. Like that's what makes me want more answers, right? I want
Hmm.
December to have a great
We got
trailer. Like again,
two
great trailer in the
months.
sense which raises more questions than answers, right? Like
Hmm.
gives you more like raises more questions basically. That's how that Stranding was, right? Even till the very last trailer, a lot of people were like, "What the fuck is happening
What's
here?"
happening exactly?
And even some people who have beaten the game twice already, they still think, "What the fuck is happening in this game?" because they don't get it. Like, what the
That's
hell is
me. Yeah.
happening? But because it's such a um, not confusing, but it's a very complicated story.
Yeah, but the majority of the story is hidden behind emails.
You have to read a lot.
Yeah.
You have to read a lot to understand, even if the not the main story, but a lot of the what do you call that side things that really matter.
Yeah, but that'll put off many players.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people don't know what certain terminologies or what things are until they'll read
Hmm.
the emails and stuff, right? They won't know what EEs are, how the beaches work,
Hmm.
right? Like how many beaches are there? A lot of people don't even know that everyone has their own beach.
Yeah.
And what the Carl network did was connect all the beaches together. And then there's Sam's beach, and then there's Amelie's beach, which is the main one, where she was gonna start the extinction. And yeah, so there's a lot to read, and especially Hartman's emails. Those were the best. Like
Well, he's the researcher.
yeah, so he gives you so much insight about what has happened previously in this world and what is like he was the one who kind of figured out what was going on with Amelie and Bridget,
Hmm.
right? And why what the death strandings basically are, and then he was the one who was researching the umbilical cord and
I love all that part with the fossils.
yeah, that was
Yeah,
awesome. The gun from Die Hard, man,
that
that
connect
becomes
them.
yeah, that connects the
Yeah.
world. And so there's so many different things. Even like one of the best characters was Die Hard, man, right?
Hmm.
Great performance
The
by
performance was
yeah,
epic.
epic. Yeah, so he would I would love to see him again,
Hmm.
in some shape or form in the sequel, right? And yeah, like I'm just glad I'm gonna be, speculating with all you guys, coming up with crazy theories, and then getting completely betrayed when the game comes out.
We got to get Danny back.
I know he's yeah, he's probably
He's
stuck on a beach.
MIA.
Yeah, he's in his own beach right now.
Yeah.
We gotta repatriate him again. All our Death Stranding friends get to his beach and just drag him in the water. Like, come back.
Danny, press F to reconnect.
Yeah, man. This is exciting. Back to the same old Death Stranding. The Reddit is blowing up again, and
Yeah. I
just
haven't been on yet.
yeah.
The last thing I saw was the new poster. They were speculating that it could be the actress from
Deadpool.
Deadpool. Yes.
Shioli Katsuni.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've been tweeting that too, and kind of like her face actually just perfectly matches.
Yeah.
More than anything, even with Elle Fanning, the ears were matching perfectly with her silhouette, and with hers too, the ears like perfect match.
Hmm.
And I'm like I think the community has got it right again. Um, yeah,
People have got too much time on their hands.
they do. Well, I'm one of them.
Lucky you.
I know. Well, I don't have it, but when it comes to Death Stranding, I make
Hey,
sure
you cut out some time from
yeah, anything
daily
Kojima,
activities.
I go in my Sherlock mode. I'm like, oh, the
Yeah.
hell is happening? There's so much to look into, and
But yeah, you've really cut me off. Well, I don't think that's the term. You've really surprised me with the strands in the picture. I did not notice them.
I miss them too. And I'm just
Yeah.
looking, and I'm like, holy shit! They're like, I just see lines. And it's like that's strands. It's not exactly the strands as the logo of Death Stranding because I tried to match it. Two
Hmm.
are missing. So
Yes, yes.
I'm like, oh, so what is this? Then
That's
I was like,
something else I was noticing the other day. I
mm-hmm,
see the Death Stranding box here.
mm-hmm,
I have it right next to me as I work, so I see it all day.
mm-hmm.
And what I did notice is it's got this empty thing in the logo. I've always not liked it. Like,
Yeah,
see, they're all pretty much spaced out, the lines, except here.
yeah, except here, yeah.
Yeah, and they that
I
really
don't know
annoys
why
me.
they did that, but just to annoy people with OCD.
Yeah, exactly.
And even like the EAT from that, they kind of like coincide with A and D.
Yeah,
So they're
so
like
all the
they're
letters
two
that
strands.
touch
Yeah,
is eat standing.
yeah, yeah, each standing.
Eat standing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you eat the pizza in the street. You eat it standing.
Yeah. Oh my God, but
Anyways, we've hit the hour mark, so I think we can call it a day.
yeah, this was good, like good discussion for just a couple of pictures.
Yeah,
Imagine when the
and
trailer comes out.
keep it cut. Oh, when the trailer comes out, we're doing an episode for every minute, for every second of the trailer.
I actually missed that. It's like I was telling, like, yeah, one of the answers that I gave to one of the tweets is like, when it comes to Kojima's games, we play two games.
Yeah,
One is before
the
it's a
ARG.
speculation game. Yeah, they are basically. We keep speculating till the game comes out, and then we play the actual game. And
Yeah,
that both of those games are equally interesting and fun.
I remember just with Albert putting the video at like half speed or quarter speed,
I
just going through
know
every frame.
every single frame.
Ah, there's a frame missing.
But that I actually loved all that whole time, and all those that wait for the new Death Stranding trailer coming out with the hands popping up on the screen and slowly revealing scenes, and it was going on for like 24 hours, man.
Yeah, and you
That
could
was
slowly see more.
more, yeah, yeah, and that was like such brilliant marketing, right?
Yeah,
Like 80,000, 100,000 people at this at a time just watching the stream when the reveal is like a day later, and people are just watching those hands appear.
Am I mistaken, or wasn't there like a cap that the video would start after 100,000 views? Or am I
No, it
just
wasn't.
imagining that? Yeah.
There was like a speculation of, oh, it needs these many views, but I think that was just a marketing ploy. It was more like, okay, we're
I
gonna release it at this time, but so let's make it seem like this is what's happening. But yeah, it was released at a specific time that they wanted to. I still remember watching it live
yeah, same.
and just going crazy, like it just looks so good, and the music on it. Music, that's another big thing that always played a big part with our discussions. Remember,
Hmm.
like
The
Kojima
lyrics.
lyrics, exactly. Like Kojima with the second trailer with Maz, right? He's like, listen to the lyrics very carefully, because and then we're like just dissecting the whole song, which was Easy Way Out.
I took the easy way out. Yeah.
Yeah, so we were like, oh, what is it about? We took, is it gonna be about suicide? What's happening? You know, like there was so many speculations about that as well. So that's another aspect of Kojima's trailers that really gets me excited is the music. He always comes up with the best trailer music, and like
I
remember.
still get chills
Mhm,
when I watch every now and then, and when I hear "Not Your Kind of People" by Garbage,
mhm.
when they did the Metal Gear Solid 5 trailer.
Five, oh my god, that trailer was,
Goosebumps
yeah, it was such
every
a
time I
brilliant.
watch it.
Even that song, Nuclear.
Yep.
That's,
Mike Oilfield, I think, is
I
the
know, that
author.
was brilliant. That whole sequence where Snake just is on his knees and he just yells with his horn and it's all bloodied up, and
And that's the video where like the song just stops at one point
yeah.
and Sahelanthropus comes out
Mm-hmm.
and then he stands up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like,
No, no. But he's a master of making trailers. No one makes
yeah.
as good trailers as Kojima.
He spoils the whole game, but he makes good trailers.
Yeah, basically. It's like and it's the most random. Like he'll just pick up like a Icelandic band out of nowhere that no one's heard of and then put it in his trailer and then they become huge. Then they just
Low
go.
Roar, amazing.
Yeah. Like
I had actually bought tickets to see him.
Mhm.
Uh, it was supposed to be June 2020, 2019,
Okay.
2020.
Did COVID get in the way?
Yeah, then the Fox died.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I had booked, and of course he cancelled.
Yeah.
And judging by the amount of tickets sold, it would have been me, him, and like another 3 or 4 Kojima fans.
That's funny. But yeah, well, like, a lot of people got exposed to the music now, so that which is pretty good. Like, you know, he does do that. I remember him saying that he heard them at one of the music stores while he was
In
visiting Iceland.
Iceland. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, "Oh, this is awesome!" And then like, he has a great playlist. I
Well,
hope you
it's the
can.
whole game is just those
Yeah,
songs.
that was probably one of the best parts of the game, where when you're
Absolutely
just
adored it.
walking and then the screen goes into widescreen and the song starts to play.
Yeah.
Like this is like it hit me, like I had goosebumps, like, whoa, this is something special. I've not experienced this in a video game, and it just
Hmm.
was brilliant. Especially when it hit me the most was our last delivery,
Oh yes.
a dead BB, and the camera goes on and the BB's theme starts to play. I'm like, oh my god, this like it's crushing me. Like, yeah, like you're bawling out. I'm like, oh no, I gotta go incinerate BB. I don't want to do that.
One of my favorite songs that I discovered from that was Bones.
Bones, yeah, that was the first song.
Yeah, second, I think.
Yeah, I think which
Yeah.
was the first one?
The first one is
It's another
as soon
low.
as you start the game.
Yeah, don't be
Faintly,
so serious.
don't be so serious.
Yeah, that's the first one. The second one is Bones. I think
Yeah.
Bones happens when you're going towards Portnot,
Um,
isn't it? You're going down the big mountain and then you're just kind of like
I,
rolling
I
down.
I think it's when you're taking Amelie to the incinerator.
True, 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 true. That happens.
When you
Yeah,
get to Port Knot City, I think it's Potsdam
I guess so.
or A Silence for the Feelings, or I'm getting confused with the trailer.
Yeah, one of those. And how good was that? Like, how different was the Asylum for the Feeling trailer? Everyone was like really criticizing the game at that point. It's like, oh, this is just a walking simulator, and this.
Yeah.
But then I was like, it fits so perfectly with that
Mm.
song. It's just peace and him walking through different environments, and yeah, I thought it was a brilliant.
Drinking, just
Yeah,
in the desert
picking
drinking.
out toenails and shit. But
And then he did the Apocalyptica one.
that was that music. That was the one with the hands, right? They just got revealed. The
Fucking hell,
music,
that trailer.
man, that music was just next
That you
level.
see, oh shit,
That was
those bloody helicopter. One of those where northern Italy is invaded by stink bugs.
oh damn.
You know, like bed bugs that they stink.
Yeah.
Oh, it just flew here. Anyways, the Apocalyptica one that you can see the first fighting scenes,
Mm-hmm.
and they're timed with the
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it was
The best
so
part
good.
was the close up of every character while the
Yeah.
music was playing. Great, great music choice, and yeah, like I loved. I remember I skipped the last trailer because I did not the launch
Yeah,
trailer. I
good
was like
on you. It fucking spoiled the whole game.
the whole game, but like you kind of yeah. But I was like, no, I don't want to.
There's
I don't want
scenes
to
from the last, the final video.
mass
Yeah,
running away with BB. Yeah, but like it did spoil, but we still didn't know what the fuck was happening.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
yeah, it's like yeah, like even with the latest trailer that he came out edited with that director's cut, the song with Woodkid,
The song
Goliath,
with.
Woodkid.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a director's cut trailer.
I
Um,
haven't seen the director's cut trailers.
oh, it's the music again is
Uh huh.
brilliant and the way he's edited the trailer. But the trailer starts off with the very last scene of the whole game
Mm-hmm.
with Louise.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I have seen it.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, that's standing. Like, if
Like,
someone hasn't
hey,
played the game, the trailer starts with the ending. Like literally BB out of the pod. So you know the BB is gonna come out of the pod, which was the biggest mystery in the
yeah,
whole game, right?
if
I'm like,
it
okay,
could or
you just
not.
spoiled it for everyone, but okay, like everyone in the sense who hasn't played so far. But yeah, but that and again, great choice of music and the way he's edited the whole trailer, it's beautiful.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, this was good. I enjoyed this. Like I needed this. Like I've been itching to get this out of my system. Like just sit down and talk with another Kojima
Human
head.
being.
Yeah, and just speculate. Exciting times ahead, man.
There's more speculation coming soon.
Yes, I think 2023 is all gonna be about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It definitely won't come out next year.
so
So it's
no,
going to be the whole year is going to be speculation.
I think I'm guessing 2024 summer is when it comes out.
Yeah.
If it is Death Stranding,
Yeah.
that's the whole. So yeah, another
Well,
thing.
the positive thing is if it is Death Stranding, they already have an engine, they already have a world, they already have characters, they already have everything.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's going to be quicker to make.
And he's been doing a lot of work anyway in LA. Like he's been working on this game for the past 7, 8 more than that. Like he's been
Oh,
working um, West Coast time for a long time. He's been having a lot of motion capture that we have
mhm.
seen through his Twitter pictures. Another thing that points out that being Sony is the motion capture place is actually the same place that they used for that Stranding. So it is a Sony owned
Yeah,
studio.
yeah, studio.
So
There's a new picture that he posted today with Elle Fanning
in the booth, yeah.
it looks like it has many more cameras than the Kojima
Oh
Productions
yeah,
one.
it's like twice more as
Yeah,
that.
dense.
And I love how excited Elle Fanning is. She's like raising her leg up and she's like have those expressions. Kojima is like he's been a big fan of Elle Fanning, so
Hmm.
even I am like she's a fantastic actress, like amazing. So I'm really excited to see what she brings. Even when I heard Lea Seydoux was in that Stranding one, I was like, oh, she's such a good actress. So
Bond girl.
yeah, like Kojima has already said like way before that he wants to work with Elle Fanning in some capacity.
Hmm.
Him and Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling is going to be my next thought. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe the third silhouette is gonna be a guy, but let's see. Um, yeah, so it's exciting time. She seems like she's really excited for it. So yeah, as long as Kojima-san has a good time and we get to see. I'm excited to see how Decima improves. Like
Hmm.
how much better can
Oh,
you get with that Stranding? Like that Stranding itself on the PS4 looked insane.
and it looks even better on the computer.
Yeah, yeah. So
You got the
where do we go
widescreen.
from there? Like how more next gen can you get?
Hmm.
I think the gameplay is going to look even better. Cutscenes are probably going to be very similar because then it's like real life. Like
Yeah,
you don't really get more like better than that.
yeah, maybe
But
bigger map,
I'm sure if it's still open world and all that, I'm thinking it has to be.
more
But
outposts and everything,
everything about
more
this,
cities.
yeah, yeah, everything about this is gonna be fun because everything's next gen, more
Hmm.
possibilities, and then Kojima's mind, you're definitely seeing what was that guy's name who came on the podcast, the anime creator,
Uh,
Ghost in the Shell. I'm forgetting the name, but he got scanned.
he got scanned to put in the game, yeah.
Yeah, so that's another thing that was related to like Death Stranding. If he's because that was the thing in Death Stranding, right? Every celebrity was getting scanned in and then put in the game. Whoever visited Kojima Production Studios, right? Um, they
I
were
I recently watched the Conan O'Brien special at Kojima
Kojima
Productions.
Productions, yeah. When he opens the door and he's just shining there.
Yeah, like God, but he's so cute because he tries to speak English to him.
Yeah.
And so cute. I has 3D scanner. Come.
Yeah. That's the
he's so cute. We don't
and he's
deserve
showing off
Kojima.
his
His
collectibles.
toys, yes, like
That little kid, he's so excited.
we don't deserve Kojima. He's so cute.
I know. What's it called? He's a senpai.
Yeah, notice me, senpai. He's
Yeah,
definitely an otakon.
oh, for sure.
He's the biggest otaku.
Yeah. All right, man. Yeah, that we can keep going on this
Yeah.
topic, but I think this is a good point to end this and hopefully get some more juicy details soon.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get a second image appearing soon.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll get some of the other people on the podcast if they come back from the beach.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been good talking to you.
Same here, buddy.
Fingers crossed on some new information coming soon. And
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're getting something before the end of this year.
thank you for listening to the Gamers Parley, episode 7.
Mm-hmm.
And the title will be something magical, mysterious that we still don't know about.
I think I have a title, but I'll tell you.
All right.
All right.
And if anybody wants to reach out to you, plug yourself in.
Yes.
Where can we find you?
Me, well, I don't even know my Twitter handle and stuff, but yeah, just search for Navaid Siddiqui, you'll probably find it.
Yeah.
Not a lot of us.
I'm a published author now, so you can find me as Dr. Lombardo on Google Scholar, but I doubt you want to read about molecular clocks in birds. In any other case, you'll find me under Johnny Lombardo on Instagram, and that's pretty much it because I'm not really social. Except in person. I love people. I love chatting, but...
Awesome.
All right, so catch you guys next time. Ciao belli.
Ciao.